Good day, everyone. By the way, I am Isa Marie Elanorias. Our topic is all about tree growth and the woody plant sale. The learning outcomes analyze the stem and the development of the tree, determine the chemical composition of the wood, and understand its structure. And now I will talk about the tree growth. Trees have 6 organs: leaves, stems, and roots, or the vegetative structures, and flowers, fruits, and seeds, or the reproductive structures. Tree growth is the increase in size and numbers of the vegetative structures. And also, trees use the sun, carbon dioxide, water, and minerals to produce sugars, while sugars are the building blocks of the tree growth. Tree growth occurs in 2 ways. Growth from the root and shoot tips resulting in increases in height and length is called primary growth. And growth that increases thickness of stems and branches is called secondary growth. Primary growth occurs in small areas called apical meristems. All leaves, height growth, and increases in the length of branches and roots are the result of growth at the apical meristems. And tree stems, branches, and roots also increase in diameter through secondary growth. Upon peeling the bark of a branch, the soft inner layer of bark next to the wood is revealed. Let's proceed to the life cycle of a tree. As with all living things, trees have a life cycle, from conception or seed to birth or sprout, to infancy or seedling, to juvenile or sampling, to adult, mature, to elderly decline, and finally to death or snag rotting log. Because trees are renewable, the cycle begins or again, either artificially through planting or naturally with regeneration of new seeds. For the life cycle to run full circle, external and internal conditions must be favorable for the tree. This includes adequate space, water, nutrients, and sunlight for individual species. The tree's chances of growth and survival through a complete cycle greatly improve with stresses such as insects, diseases, injuries, competition from other trees, weather, and time itself weaken the tree and can cause it to die. Seed. Think about which came first, the tree or the seed. Regardless of what you believe, the more you learn about them, trees are simply amazing. Seeds come in a wide variety of shapes, weights, colors, and sizes, depending on the species. All seeds develop from male and female parts of the trees, producing fruits, but not all of them are easily recognizable or edible. And sprout. An embryo is within each seed, but not all seeds will germinate. Favorable environmental conditions enable the embryo to grow, expand, and break through the seed coat using the stored food supply of the seed for the necessary energy to grow. The root grows downward to the soil to anchor the sprout and search for water and nutrients, while the sprout emerges from the ground seeking sunlight. Ideally, the sprout will find light and then the leaves, needles, or scales will develop further to allow the tree to make its own food through photosynthesis. And the seedling, the sprout persistently grows and begins to develop woody characteristics. The soft green stem begins to harden, change color, and develop a thin protective bark. Leaves are needle develop and continue to search out light. The root grows and branches down and out, resembling an upside-down underground tree with a flattened top. And the majority of the tree's roots are in the upper portions of soil to absorb available water and nutrients, but also to breathe. Like us, tree roots need oxygen or they will die. And the sapling is a small tree, usually between 1 and 4 inches in diameter and 4 feet. This is the standard height where a tree's diameter is measured, diameter at breast height. And typically, a sapling is the size of a tree that is growing in a commercial nursery for transplanting to your yard. In this juvenile state, the tree is not mature enough to reproduce. However, it's growing rapidly. The sapling encounters similar types of competition and threats to that of a seedling. And let's continue. So mature, with favorable conditions, a sapling will continue to develop into a mature tree. During this stage in the cycle, each tree will grow as much as its species and site conditions will permit. In addition, flowers develop, reproduction ensues, fruits form, and seed dispersal can now occur. So the optimum time to harvest trees for forest products beneficial to people is during this stage in the life cycle. Lastly, decline. At this point, the tree's survival is determined more by external stresses rather than the tree's vigor. These stresses take a toll on the tree, making it more susceptible to insects and diseases, and it eventually succumbs to a causal agent or the pressures of competition from other more vigorously growing plants adjacent to the tree. And so, why is important tree growth? So trees greatly contribute to their environment by providing oxygen, supporting wildlife, improving air quality, conserving water, preserving soil, and climate amelioration. So trees take in the carbon dioxide in the air and produce oxygen for living, breathing organisms around it. So thank you for listening and God bless everyone.